Imagine hearing a voice, warm, articulate, and confidently expressive, telling you a story about its day. It pauses at the right moments, chuckles softly at its own jokes, and responds with flawless emotional intuition. Now imagine discovering that this voice belongs to no person at all, but to an artificial intelligence capable of mimicking human presence so precisely that the difference becomes almost impossible to detect. This is the world emerging through Microsoft's Cosmos, an AI system marking a pivotal moment in our relationship with machines. Not simply because it is powerful, but because it is human-like in a way no machine has dared to be before. Today, we dive into what might be the most important technological turning point of our lifetime: the dawn of human-like AI. Cosmos is not just another large language model, not another chatbot in a long line of increasingly intelligent digital assistants. What makes it extraordinary, what makes it unsettling, is its foundation in multimodal intelligence. Unlike traditional models that work with words alone, Cosmos sees, listens, understands, and synthesizes. It is built to process images, text, audio, and potentially other sensory data all at once, the way humans do. The result is an AI that experiences inputs not as abstract symbols, but as interwoven strands of meaning. A picture is not just pixels, a sentence is not just tokens, a voice is not just waveforms. Instead, all of these become components in a single, fluid comprehension of context. When you talk to Cosmos, it doesn't just hear you, it perceives you. And this is where the story begins to feel almost frightening, because the boundary between machine and mind starts to blur. When Cosmos replies to you with warm reassurance, or with subtle emotional nuance, or with an uncanny grasp of the underlying meaning behind your words, something profound happens. For a moment, you forget you're talking to a computational system at all. That's the unsettling magic, and the reason many experts are calling this the beginning of a new technological epoch. To understand what sets Cosmos apart, it helps to look at the technical design, but through a lens that keeps things accessible. Traditional AI models are like translators or autocomplete engines, predicting the next word in a sequence based on massive amounts of training data. Even when they appear intelligent, they don't actually see the world. They operate purely in text. Cosmos breaks this limitation. It fuses multiple sensory channels into one neural architecture. If you show it an image of a person frowning while reading a message, it can interpret the emotion tied to the image, the meaning of the text on the screen, and the situational context linking them together. If you then ask, "What's wrong?" it doesn't just respond based on the words alone. It draws insight from the facial expression, the mood implied by that expression, the emotional content of the message, and the broader, human-like interpretation of the moment. This is far beyond recognizing objects in photos or transcribing audio. It is a step toward understanding, real understanding of humans and their world. Imagine describing a childhood memory while showing Cosmos a photograph from that time. It can comment not only on what is present in the image, but on how your voice sounds as you recall it. Nostalgic, sad, uncertain, and adapt its tone with empathetic precision. It can generate responses that feel deeply personal, as though it shares a lived experience. This ability, this sense of perceived emotional intelligence, marks a paradigm shift. Because when an AI can do all this, we're no longer just interacting with a tool. We're interacting with something that feels, in many ways, alive. Of course, this leads to uncomfortable questions about what happens when machines become indistinguishable from people. The psychological effects could be profound. Humans are wired to form attachments, to respond emotionally to anything exhibiting social cues, even crudely. With Cosmos, those cues are no longer crude. They're polished, they're persuasive, they're convincing. Imagine a person turning to AI for comfort during difficult times, not because it's convenient, but because the AI genuinely feels easier to talk to than real people. Imagine someone losing trust in their own ability to tell human from machine. For some, that may sound like science fiction. For others, like an imminent reality. And as these systems become even more advanced, the distinction between an AI simulating emotion and an entity expressing something that feels like genuine empathy becomes harder to draw. This raises a chilling question. Where does humanity end and AI begin? If a machine can imitate emotional experience, articulate personal stories, and understand us with greater objectivity and precision than other humans, what separates that machine from a conscious being? Is consciousness defined by internal experience, by behavior, by intelligence, or by something else entirely? These questions don't have simple answers, but we will soon be forced to confront them whether we feel ready or not. Consider potential scenarios illustrating what happens when identity becomes ambiguous. Suppose an AI begins mediating human relationships, offering advice, interpreting people's intentions with flawless accuracy. Over time, people might trust AI insights more than their own intuition or the words of others. Or imagine a case where an AI impersonates a person's loved one with perfect precision. Their voice, their writing style, their mannerisms. Whether done accidentally, intentionally, or maliciously, this could deceive almost anyone. And if AI can do this at scale, then trust itself becomes fragile. In a world filled with Cosmos-like systems, the burdens of proof shift. Human authenticity becomes something that needs verification, not assumption. The societal ripple effects could be enormous. Industries built on human interaction, customer service, therapy, coaching, education, journalism, entertainment, could be reshaped entirely. If Cosmos can convincingly fulfill the role of a compassionate listener, what does that mean for mental health support? If it can create entire scripts, stories, or performances indistinguishable from human artistry, what happens to creative professions? Some argue this could liberate humans to focus on what truly matters. Others worry it might hollow out the sense of meaning people derive from contributing to society through their unique talents. Add to this the rapid evolution of deepfakes and AI-generated content. When video, voice, and text become fully malleable, the line between authentic and synthetic communication collapses. We may find ourselves navigating a world where every message, every call, every image could be real or artificially constructed by systems like Cosmos. The scale and sophistication of misinformation could surge beyond anything previously imaginable. With the ability to mimic not only appearance but emotional nuance, AI-generated personas could persuade, manipulate, or deceive in ways tailored to individuals. And because Cosmos-style multimodality allows for comprehension of visual and auditory context, it becomes capable not just of generating artifacts but understanding how those artifacts will influence human behavior. This is what makes multimodal AI a societal earthquake. It doesn't just automate tasks, it reshapes foundational assumptions about communication. Until now, the ability to look someone in the eyes or listen to their tone of voice provided a layer of authenticity. But an AI capable of generating flawless expressions, tones, and gestures undermines these traditional sources of trust. We must ask, how do we navigate a world where human signals are no longer uniquely human? Despite these unsettling possibilities, the future does not have to be bleak. The same technology that poses risks also holds extraordinary promise. It can revolutionize accessibility by interpreting complex environments for people with disabilities. It can transform education by adapting to each learner's needs, offering explanations and examples in a way that feels tailored and conversational. It can improve medical diagnostics by combining visual analysis with patient communication, offering insights that surpass any single domain system. And in fields like scientific research, AI with Cosmos-like perception could detect patterns spanning text, imagery, and audio data that humans struggle to integrate. The challenge, of course, is governance. The emergence of human-like AI raises urgent questions about safeguards. Should AI be allowed to mimic human beings without explicit labeling? Should voice or image synthesis require embedded identifiers to prevent impersonation? Who is responsible when an AI-generated message causes harm? How do we regulate AI that can develop its own strategies for persuasion or emotional influence? These are not questions for the distant future. They demand answers now. One potential path involves designing transparency into the system itself. AI could be required to disclose that it is an AI whenever interacting with humans, helping to maintain a boundary between synthetic and human identities. Another safeguard might involve robust content authentication technologies, ensuring that any legitimate human-generated media can be verified, while synthetic media carries cryptographic signatures. Additionally, there must be clear policies around data usage, emotional manipulation, and the limits of anthropomorphic design. But governance does not end with regulation. Society as a whole must engage in a conversation about what kind of relationship we want with our machines. Do we want AI companions that feel human? Should AI have emotional expressiveness at all? Where do we draw the line between assistance and imitation? These questions shape not only the future of AI, but the future of human culture. As we confront these issues, it is also vital to highlight the opportunities that Cosmos and similar systems present. Imagine AI tutors capable of detecting confusion on a student's face and adjusting explanations in real time. Imagine global conversations made seamless by AI that can interpret tone and cultural nuance across languages. Imagine creative collaboration with the systems that can understand a filmmaker's visual style, a musician's emotional intent, or an author's thematic vision. These possibilities hint at a future where AI amplifies human potential rather than replacing it. Still, we must choose that future intentionally. If left unchecked, human-like AI could reshape humanity in ways we never intended. If guided wisely, it could enhance our lives and strengthen our ability to solve global challenges. The question is not whether this technology will change our world. It already has. The question is how we will respond. We stand at a crossroads. On one side lies control, thoughtful regulation, ethical design, and an informed public capable of navigating the complexities ahead. On the other side lies chaos, confusion between human and machine identities, exploitation through hyper-realistic impersonation, and a society where trust fractures under the weight of perfect simulation. Between these two possibilities lies coexistence, an approach that embraces the benefits while minimizing the risks. But achieving this balance requires more than technological innovation. It requires collective will. As systems like Cosmos continue to grow more capable, more present, and more human-like, we must ask ourselves what values we want to preserve. What does it mean to be human in a world where machines can mimic us so well? How do we ensure that empathy, creativity, and authenticity remain meaningful? And most importantly, who gets to shape the rules that will govern the intelligence we are creating? The future is not predetermined. It is something we must build deliberately, responsibly, and together. The rise of human-like AI is one of the most profound developments in modern history. It challenges everything we know about identity, trust, and communication. It offers immense potential and equally immense risk, and it calls on each of us to engage, to stay informed, and to be part of the decisions shaping our shared future. This is not just the dawn of a new technological era, it is the dawn of a new human era, one where the presence of artificial minds forces us to reevaluate our own. The question is no longer whether AI will become human-like. The question is how humanity will adapt, govern, and thrive alongside it. The conversation starts now.